What's up, Hokie Nation, and welcome into this very special TSL video. I'm your host, Carter Hill, joined alongside our Director of Media, Mr. Nick Brown, and our guest across the way, very special guest, the legendary BigHokieGuy12, Nate Large from Stewart, Virginia.
What's going on?
Welcome to the set. Welcome
Thank you guys
to the
for having
set.
me on.
This is awesome. This is awesome. So for those who don't know, you were the guy on the 247 boards on Friday night that was tracking this whole decloaked plane from Blacksburg to State College, and you end up getting this picture with the man himself, Bud Foster, as he supposedly locked in James Franklin as the next Hokies head coach. Can you take us through Friday night, what you were doing?
Yeah, so Friday was I wasn't really planning on doing anything. I've been locked in with the message boards, reading everything, the planes. I've kind of been keeping up, but I really wasn't keeping up with it that much. But I was working door at a fraternity party, just sitting there. I wasn't really planning on drinking or doing anything of that nature that night. So I was just going to have a chill night, and I got on and I read that there was a plane going to State College. I was like, dang, this might actually be something. And heard that Bud was on it. So I sat there, didn't check my phone for a little bit. And then I checked my phone about 30 minutes later, and I've got like 20 or so mentions telling me to get to the airport. And so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. So I put on there, I'm like, hey, I'll do it if somebody buys me a pizza. I say it as a joke. I'm like, who's going to actually buy me a pizza? Who cares this much about a plane coming into Blacksburg? Nothing confirmed. James Franklin's not going to be on. Who cares? But I put it on there, and then I'm like, you know what? It's about 20 minutes out, so I might as well head over there. So I got one of my buddies who was driving that night to take me out there, and we pull up to the airport as the plane had just touched down. Watched it come around, and there's already a crowd of 5 or 6 guys there, and I hop out of the car, and they're like, is some more college age students are like, is that BigHokieGuy12? And I was like, yeah. How do you know who I am? What's up? How are you guys doing? And it was kind of funny in that, and then I see the jet pull up kind of, if you saw where the Franklin, where they welcomed him at the airport, there's a little chain link sliding gate, and they pulled in front of that. The jet kicked down its steps, and Bud walked out. I mean, you could tell it was Bud. It was a gray-haired man, kind of a stockier set. He hops off, the stairs go up, and he walks towards the chain gate. And it's like kind of like a movie. He walks towards it. The chain gate just opens right away. He's walking all mysterious, comes up to me, and I finally recognize if I can see him in the face. I'm like, holy cow, that's really Bud Foster. I mean, people weren't lying. I mean, I thought people make up stuff on the boards all the time, so you can't really believe everything you see. So he walks up. He's getting closer to me, and I look at him, I'm like, hey, Bud, is MOU signed? He looks at me and says, I mean, what are you talking about?
That takes guts right there. That takes guts.
He kind of looks at me and smiles like, hey, can we get a picture? And then I come over, take a picture with him, and I ask him it again, and he kind of looks at me and says, what are you talking about? Kind of smiles and walks away, kind of letting you know he's not really supposed to say anything. So that's kind of how it went. And then I got back, I left. I wasn't going to post my Venmo because people kept asking me to post my Venmo, and I wasn't going to do it because nobody wants to be that guy. It's like, yeah, pay me. I drove to the airport, but 5 or 6 people did it, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll post it. I'll get a pizza out of it. So I posted it, and then driving back, I get about $20. I'm like, dang. I'm talking to my buddy Jackson. I was like, Jackson, dude, we're going to get a pizza. Come on. And then Gmail notifications keep coming up. So like when you get paid on Venmo, it's Gmail notification, one after the other. So by the time I get back to my fraternity house on Roanoke Street, I'm sitting down, I'm looking at $800. I'm like, what?
That is a whole heck of a lot of pizzas.
Yeah, and I'm
Hopefully
like,
we had a great pizza party on Friday night.
yeah, I wish, but I was like, wow, $800. Dang. And so I'm sitting there, I kind of bring some of my buddies over. I'm like, hey, look at this. And as we're sitting there, I refresh in front of all my buddies, and it's $1,200. We're just like, what's going on? And then we sit there, talk a little bit longer, and get up to $2,000. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? I call my mom. My mom was asleep. I'm like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. Mom, I went and took a picture at the airport, and I've got $2,000. She's like, you're getting scammed. I would stop, but she was half asleep. She didn't know what was going on. I was like, all right, Mom, I love you. Just go to bed. And then it's crazy. I'm telling everyone at the party. I mean, I had like probably 15, 20 people around me in our backyard looking at my phone, refreshing, and just seeing $100. And then it was pretty cool. One of the Benny's investors or owners, Mihul, a former BOV member here, sent $300 and said, go buy out Benny's Pizza, and we all just lost it. It was crazy. I mean, so many people sending so much money, $150, and I'm just like, really, for what I did, I couldn't believe it, but I'm very grateful. It was awesome.
That is electric. That is electric.
Yeah.
That was very in detail too. Thank you very much. You grew up a Tech fan though too.
Yes, sir. My whole
Stewart,
life.
Virginia, Patrick County. So this had to be pretty surreal for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, you see the names on the TV, you see all the big victories, but you never really expect to. I mean, I grew up watching Bud Foster. Bud Foster was it's a legend. He's a legend everywhere. But where I'm from, I mean, everybody knows who Bud Foster is. That's a football legend. I've never had really the opportunity to meet him before. I know a lot of people got pictures with him, but just meeting him in itself was an honor. I mean, you just that's Hokie football legend right there.
Yeah. So you were at the airport on Wednesday when James Franklin landed.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody come up to you and recognize you? Like, yo, you're that guy from 247.
I had a few people come up, and a lot of people will whisper behind me because I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, I understand it. They're just like, "Hey, I think that's the guy who is here. I think it's BigHokieGuy12." And I'm sitting there with my girlfriend, and she's just absolutely losing it, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I've never really been anybody of notoriety. Talked to some people, come up, recognize me. I was getting blown up in my Twitter mentions. Where are you, BigHokieGuy12? I ran into Colby Crawford from 247. We got a picture together.
I saw that. Yeah, that's electric.
It was great. Yeah, he was really cool. Talked to him for a little bit. Great guy. So,
Nick, you got anything behind the scenes? No, you're good to go. You're good to go. I want to keep going with this because, again, this James Franklin era is just absolutely phenomenal. This is absolutely insane. This is happening. This is not even a question, but this is going to be crazy for you in like 5-10 years when you've graduated from Virginia Tech and you're back in Patrick County or whatever you want to do, building construction, because you're a construction major. And you're going to think back to that Friday night and think, sure, like that flight had been leaked and you knew that Bub was on the plane. But that picture was the one that really broke the internet. It broke the Virginia Tech message boards and really spurred on this discussion that, yes, James Franklin, in all likelihood, was going to be the Hokies' next head football coach. That's got to be pretty surreal as well, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it definitely it helped the next day with the Thamel report on game day saying we're in early talks. But that helped. I mean, just looking back now, you can just see that this is kind of what kind of broke it open and kind of led the media frenzy to be like, wow, this is really going to happen. And it's crazy because, I mean, a lot of people, when Franklin was fired and we obviously had a vacancy, I don't think really anybody expected Franklin to give us the time of day. So,
how long did you stay at the airport Friday, by the way?
Friday, I was there for probably 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Watched the plane come in, talked to Bud, but Bud was on a line. I mean, he was on a beam. He was getting out of there, so he had to go.
Well, you can tell in the photo. He seems like he's ready to go. So you can tell in the photo. Well, so admittedly, I'm at PK's with a buddy on Friday night, knowing that this is transpiring. I had not seen the 247 boards.
Yeah.
I had known that this was transpiring and that James Franklin was likely going to be the Hokies' next head football coach. And then somebody told me, like, hey, apparently Bud's at the airport. I had not seen your photo yet. And I was like, I was at PK's. We were having a good time, but I had a broadcast the next day, so we were just kind of chilling out. And I was like, I told Taylor Bretto, who's a senior here at Tech, I was like, let's just go to the airport for the fun of it. So I drive up to the airport, and there's 4 guys waiting on the curb. I actually took a selfie with 2 of them. It was awesome. And one was a TSL subscriber. And we pull up to the curb, and actually I get out to take a photo of the airport to prove like I was there. And this one guy gets out. Again, no idea what had happened. This one guy gets out and was like, yo, are you BigHokieGuy12? I was like, what is this guy talking about? So you were a legend at that point, by the way. Not to glaze you, but like you were an absolute legend at that point. So this was honestly a crazy transpiring of events. And again, when you look at not only the Virginia Tech message boards, but Friday night and Saturday morning, and you're reading through what's going on in college football, there's like that Twitter account or X account called like Message Board Geniuses. And they're putting out all this stuff like, this just happened on the Virginia Tech message boards. Like, we reached a different level of coaching search flight tracking. Jay Pearson, who's obviously very involved in the search on Wednesday at the press conference, is like, I wanted to avoid getting tracked. We were going to switch planes, but eventually I was just like, screw it. We got to go. We got to get this deal done. So they flew to State College, and lo and behold, there's a sophomore at Virginia Tech that tracked them. So again, this is pretty crazy. When you reflect on this 2 days later with James Franklin, the head coach at Virginia Tech, and everything that's come out about this, where is your mind at about a week, actually right on the dot, a week later from this whole thing? Where is your mind at as you kind of reflect on this past week for you and what took place here in Blacksburg?
I mean, it's been a crazy week. Obviously, I'm very excited to have Franklin as a head coach. I think this is an A+ hire. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So obviously, as a Tech fan, I'm obviously involved enough to be on the message boards and track and flight. So I'm ecstatic as it is. I've been telling my buddies for weeks I think we have a shot at them, and unfortunately they've been giving it back to me. It felt like forever because they're like, when's Franklin going to be announced? Dude, I think you're lying to me. Franklin's not going to be the coach here. So it feels good, obviously, then to be like proving people wrong and being like, yeah, we actually got him. Not just people here, but people everywhere didn't believe in us. But I mean, at the end of the week, a week later, I'm still really, really thankful just for the opportunity. In high school, one of my first dreams was to come to Tech and major in sports media and analytics. But that was my first dream, junior year to maybe halfway through senior. That's what I was set on. That's what I wanted to do. Always been a media guy. I've done a lot of stuff like that. Always wanted to be a part of Virginia Tech media, and didn't decide to go down that road. The sports media and analytics major, the acceptance rate was a little too low for my liking, so I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to go do engineering, which in hindsight doesn't sound very good, because I was Virginia Tech or no college. I was either going to go to Virginia Tech or go work on a construction site and do whatever. So Tech, it was either Tech or nothing. So in hindsight, it didn't make sense to go to engineering if I didn't think I was going to get an analytics. But I'm just again so thankful. I mean, I've had an opportunity to come on with you guys. I mean, this is the podcast of Virginia Tech. I mean, this is it. So I mean, I'm very thankful to be here. This is dreams. I mean, looking back, high school me. Never would have thought I'd be sitting in a chair like this, on a set like this, getting to share a story. So I'm just really thankful. I mean, talked to Sons of Saturday. I got gifted tickets to the Wednesday night game. Sideline. Cool. I was one row up, right behind the scorers table. I mean, I'm so incredibly thankful. Just so much cool stuff. I mean, the money is great. I really need that. I'm a broke college student, just like probably 95% of the people here. But the experiences I've been given through this, meeting the people, talking to the guys. Saturday I've been invited to like 5 tailgates with some of the Lot 1 guys, and I mean that's big time there. So I just like to emphasize the experiences I've gotten over this have just been so much better than the notoriety or anything like that. I'm just really grateful to be here and do something as cool as this right now.
How many times have you told that story that you led off with, by the way? I should have asked you that. How many times have you told that story? Because you told that like a pro, like very in detail. How many times have you told that story since last Friday?
I don't know. I have a lot of people. I mean, I feel like most people I know here have asked me about it. So, I mean, I've told it 10, 15 times. I mean, I missed some of the parts. I missed the part, kind of the preface that I was actually at the airport 2 days earlier as kind of a joke. I parked out with my binoculars. This was one of the days. So I posted a picture on the 247 board with my binoculars. So that's kind of how the people knew to add me. So yeah, I'd been there before, took some photos. It was kind of cool, but I mean, that was kind of a joke. There was nothing there. I was just like, hey, I'm here with my binoculars. I'm ready. And that was pretty cool. But that kind of led into the later story with people messaging me to get to the airport. So, but yeah, it's told it 15, 20 times. I mean, it's crazy. So,
well, Nate Large, BigHokieGuy12, thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it. This was awesome.
Yeah.
For Nate Large, Nick Brown, I'm Carter Hill. Enjoy your weekend. Hokies in Miami. Enjoy the James Franklin era beginning, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in.